Oh, wow.
Okay, there you go, folks. It's completely a new show from the UK this evening. You've probably been watching the show and you realise now that our good friend Andrena, and well, she's a good friend of mine as well, uh, after 4 and a bit years doing the show, and she gave us notice that she wanted to explore new opportunities. It was really heartfelt, to be perfectly honest. And the consequences of such is that sometimes you have to go and ask to manifest a car park. And if you follow that principles, you can secure the help and assistance of the universe. And so as a consequence, within a week, it was just how it manifested. We had a lady from New South Wales who put her hand up, and so we have an Australian show that now on Monday nights, and then lo and behold, on a Wednesday morning our time, which is Tuesday night in Florida, another lady called Elise. But needless to say, we've got this tonight's show. We've got Priti. So without further ado, what I wanted to do is bring her on because last week when we did the handover, she was in Glastonbury and the reception was pretty poor, and she kept dropping in and out. So we decided that today we'd just do an introduction and bring up to speed, so we all got to know who Priti is. And so here we go. Let's get to know Priti. Who is she? How did she get to the name Priti? So, well, I'm going to say it's good morning to you in the UK. So, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, you're right. It's just gone 9 o'clock. And the sky is nice and blue outside. It's a nice crisp day. And the English do like to talk about the weather.
Apparently they do. So, okay, so let's start from the very beginning because you approached us only because you came on the show about the 9th of October from memory, and you came in to do a show because previously to that, you're a great helper and assistance for a guy called Michelangelo, who's an Italian guy who talked about natural health, and you're behind the scenes getting all the internet ready and all his programming and stuff like that. And then you came on and do the show about natural recipes for healthy living. And so you came on, and then lo and behold, you rang me up, and it was a Monday morning my time, which was midnight your time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to put words in your mouth. I'll let you carry the conversation.
Well, I just said that Michelangelo had done 3 previous podcasts with you or live streams, and I had taken it a step further to do the recipes that were associated with the yes foods and no foods of the natural life system that he advocates. I have been Michelangelo's student for 24 years now, and 24 years ago, I was not in the same condition that I'm in right now. So from that, I've become an advocate for the system of natural life simply because of my own lived experiences. So having had those broadcasts with you and a momentum had built up with Michelangelo, I came on and did the recipes, which is the practicalities of living every day with yes foods and no foods. And we were so pleased with the responses that we'd been getting from people having listened to your show and asked questions that I rang you up to say, here we are. We're offering our support further. And then you picked up the ball and, wasn't never expecting that I'd be here today saying, hello, how can we help?
True. So 3 different individuals, all different parts of the world, all got great different skills. That's not this, and I've got to say, the walk in the footsteps of Andrena is just a remarkable feat in itself. Everybody understands that meet and greet and get to know people first up, that takes a very special individual. So I give my thanks to Andrena, but also applaud you for stepping up and saying, hey, Jeff, can we help you in any way? And it just felt natural that all of a sudden we've got an Australian show per se and an American show. And what was really amazing, that the figures show that a lot of people from America watch the show after we broadcast. You know, they don't come on at 1 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning. It's in their normal sleeping, normal waking time, I should say. And so here it was. I thought this is going to be unbelievable if we have 3 shows a week with 3 different places of the world. We're actually showing people that we all have the same ideals and wishes of life. So why not share it? So look, I really appreciate you stepping up. So, but people need to know that your background was actually in engineering. So, and you got 2.
It was, yes.
You got
Well,
2.
when I was at school, I studied electronics, which was quite unusual in the 70s. And I happened to be the only girl in an electronics class. But I quite liked it and I was very good at it. And I was always getting good marks, which was a nice tick in the right box. And at some point, there came a time when, what are you going to do when you leave school? And really, I was to do A levels and follow that path. But I went and had my careers interview, and lo, they gave me a list of places to write to because I was doing electronics, and there weren't many women doing that at the time. In fact, there wasn't anyone in my school except me.
That's good.
And I wrote to a few places and got an interview. And on one of the interviews, it was an all-day thing starting at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I didn't really finish until round about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And in it, bit by bit, it started with like 20 recruits, and one by one or 2 by 2, they all disappeared until there was only 2 of us left in the afternoon that they wanted to interview. And then I needed to have brought with me a piece of electronic equipment or something that showed my prowess, if you like, even at the age of 16 on electronics. And having studied it, it was quite, well, for me, it was quite easy. It just fell into place. And it was a little electronic device where you pushed a button and it came up with a red light or a green light, and it was a go, no go, or heads, tails. So it was a little electronic heads and tails, flip a coin and see which one it comes out at. And little did I know that the place that I was doing an interview for was all about servicing and calibration, and it was all about standards back to the National Physicals Laboratory. So they asked me, what is this device that I've brought? And I said, oh, it's a bistable multi-vibrator, which of course everyone has one of them stuck in their hand, in their handkerchiefs. And so I brought it out and I showed them, and I had made it myself. And they said, well, how does it work? So I drew the circuit diagram because I'd drawn the circuit diagram many times over. And really the only distinguishing feature about it was that it had a little variable resistor in the middle where you could put a little tweak it. And of course I said, and this is how you calibrate it. And I suspect that one word probably opened the door because
Calibrate.
and then the interview went on and tried to talk to me about cars. Well, of course, I know nothing about cars. And I kept saying, look, I don't know anything about cars. And the beauty of that was what I did know about, I was able to explain. What I didn't know about, I don't know. I was very happy to say, look, I don't know about cars. And then eventually I'd say, okay, all right, hands up. There's an engine in a car. And that was my, that's as much as I know about an engine. But is there anything else? They were trying to pull out of me other things that I might know about cars. And I think I said, oh, I think there's a battery there. Great. What does a battery do? I thought, I don't know. But I got the job. And that was the beginning of a 4-year apprenticeship, which was a double apprenticeship, and which led on to me then later doing a double degree in electrical and electronic engineering. And from there, I went on to train thousands and thousands of engineers in a whole range of different telecommunication subjects.
Is that
There
right?
you go. That's it. Yeah.
So when we talk about the UK, you're currently based.
Yes.
You're currently based in
Halfway between London and Brighton.
right down here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Right. And so in the job that you were in, were you still live in that area, or were you traveling all around the Midlands and up north or out west, southwest, or
What, recently?
in your job when you were training all
Oh,
this?
in my job.
Yeah.
No, I was pretty well based in and around London,
All right.
mainly around London. And then there was a Birmingham. Oh, you're up there. There was a Birmingham test section as well, so I would visit there.
Yeah.
And when I was doing contractors duty, yes, I would be probably all around the southeast of London, of England.
Oh, okay. Very good. All right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and it's as if. Mm,
so you're working for British Telecom, is that right? Or you're working for other
I
companies as
was, yes,
well? All right.
yes, I was.
Very good. Okay. And so did you say you did a double engineered degree or something? Did you say that?
Yes, I did. Yes, I didn't realize it was a double degree until after I'd finished it. And we always wondered how come the humanities students and the mechanical engineering students, they never seemed to have as many lectures as we did and so much more free study time. But
Right.
little did we know we were actually doing a double degree.
Well, who who conjured that up then?
Oh, I don't know. All of us did. I don't know. Just it turns out it's the same as if you do something like religion and psychology at the same time. You're doing a degree in religion and then a degree in psychology, whereas you could have picked a single subject and just do the degree in that.
Because if you're that novice, they could have said anything, and you just signed up and you said, "Okay, I'll do it, double degree." So, so was that all to do with electrical circuitry, or was it in
Ah,
civil? Or,
yes, electrical engineering, software engineering, of course, mathematics. I can't remember now. Loads of different things. Yes.
so it's all
Um,
left brain stuff. And then
yes, hugely left brain. Yeah.
right, and then so health come into your life, and it really
Yes, it certainly did.
yeah.
Yeah, major crash in the early 1990s. Yeah.
So
And
as
it was almost like a what the psychologists might call a classic type A personality, driven and always goal orientated. And well, I crashed big time. My nervous system didn't cope very well at all. And I came out of hospital weighing 7 stone 10 and just about a skeleton, really only a skeleton, and no capability of coordinating hand to mouth or even hand to head to wash and put shampoo on my hair. I'd look at the shampoo in my hand and I go, that's shampoo. And I had no idea what to do with it.
all right,
I was, I was here, but not here.
mm.
And I was less than 1/3 of lean body mass. So I had, literally burnt myself out, eaten myself up, everything. There was nothing left of me really worth talking about. You could see uh, the hip bones through. You could just see my skeleton through this flesh that was sitting on top of it.
So you started at 16 working for British Telecom, so you did 4-year
Yeah,
apprenticeship, and then you're just bringing us up to speed with illness. So that was around 32, 33, 34 or something. Isn't it?
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
So it's a fair innings there. Everybody
it was a fair innings. Yes.
getting in there and buddy alpha get the sort of. I mean, you're also a woman in a man's world, and you had to really be more than just a man. You just had to step up, and that's what's. I can understand where you went. So okay, so you then chose to. Well, your body chose to step back, and then in order to get back
Yes, it
to
chose
where we
to
are
step back.
today, to be
Yeah, but
just
having been in that situation,
yeah,
I have still very vivid memories of uh, laying on the couch, not being able to do anything, go anywhere, couldn't coordinate anything.
right.
So, yeah, hugely debilitating.
So that gives you a lot of empathy for the people who are coming through that part of life and the career path. So now at 32, 33, 34, you then
Yeah.
made a decision to go to India. Is that correct?
No, 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 no. The decision to go to India was quite some time later because being hugely analytical, there was a lady I met. Her name was Brenda Coverdale. She was the founder of a school called Nature Care. And really, the allopathic world didn't have anything to offer me. I was, in their words, severe, enduring, and incurable. So I didn't have any prospects at all, and health wise. So I met her, and or rather, my sister via a neighbour dragged me along to see her in a place in Streatham, and she used Blackmore's, the Australian Blackmore's celluloid mineral therapy with me.
Right.
And little by little, it took years, but little by little, if you like, I reconstituted myself. There was a little bit more structure to me. I put on a great deal of weight, and presumably psychologically that was protection, whatever. And from there, it took about probably about 10 years. And by that time, she had taught me to change my diet, do different things. But there was a recurrent theme. Every few years, I would kind of crash quite. I just crash. Sort of had echoes of the stupor and the ridiculousness of not being able to coordinate myself, and just that was the way it was. So my way of normal was very different to anybody else's way of normal,
Sure. Okay.
and
So
that was when I met Michelangelo.
Michelangelo. So did you meet him in England, or did you meet him by traveling over to Europe?
I met him in England.
Oh, true.
Yes, I yes. I met him through another lady who ran the Sanctuary of Light in Streatham, and there was a time in my life, and the reason I met her is I woke up one morning and just said, "Oh, my life is shit." Excuse my French. Oh, it's just shit, 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 shit. And the only thing I could think of doing, being an engineer, was to get the shit out of my body. So I went and had a colonic with her. And it turns out she was the chairman or the chairperson of the International Colonic Association. And I used to go to her regularly and have a good clear out.
Right.
So it was she who introduced me to Michelangelo, because I happened to be popping into her place one morning, and she said to me, "Oh, I've just had the most amazing reflexology. This man, oh, he's a complete genius. He's total genius." And raved, non-stop raved about how great this guy was. And of course, I didn't want to be too impressed about anything, really. Far too grounded. Anyway, she got on the phone to tell him what a marvelous experience she'd had the day before and how fantastic everything was. And then she said, "I've got two people here. They want reflexologies with you as well." And I was just sitting in the background, so I just went with it, really. So it wasn't actually me putting my hand up saying, "Oh, yes, I'll go there." It was her saying, "Yes, off you go. You've got to go there." And off I went the very next day, only to realise when I'm getting out at the tube at Lancaster Gate, there isn't a single person in the whole world who knows where I am right now. And I'm heading to a hotel to meet a man to have a reflexology that I've never met before. And of course, the little wheels of industry start turning. But thankfully, when I got to the hotel, the receptionist knew who he was and went, "Oh, thank goodness, I might get out of this alive." And lo, that was the beginning of a new teacher, a new huge chapter in my life that has been inordinately beneficial.
Yeah.
He gave me a card that said yes foods and no foods, and thrust it to me and said, "Do this 6 months, no discussion." And I'm such an obedient, compliant person. I did exactly as he said, and bit by bit by bit, um, the vitality came back, and part of me was quite scared of it because I didn't even know what was happening to me. I'd wake up in the morning and I wasn't exhausted, which was a phenomenal achievement. So, and throughout all of it, one step at a time, year by year by year, I recovered little by little. And I still work within my own limitations. For instance, I have a terrible, terrible time trying to plan anything. So I think it's a bit of a miracle that we're both here together, that we've actually fixed a time and I've mustered it, because normally I just go with the flow, and I really genuinely have terrible, terrible trouble trying to plan anything. But nonetheless, I persevere and I try. And here we are.
Gotcha. So, okay, so now let's come to the story of the name of Priti, Priti.
Ah, yes, Priti. Yes, as part of a spiritual pilgrimage, really. We went, the group of people that were following the natural life system, and Michelangelo had a huge connection with the world leader of Babaji devotees. His name was Muniraj, and he was in India. So again, as part of a healing journey and part of a different dimension to bring into what had been happening to me, I went with him and 30 or 40 other people to a pilgrimage, really, to a place called Herakan at the foothills of the Himalayas. And there I met Muniraj, who was the world leader of Babaji devotees, and it was he who gave me the name Priti.
Yeah.
And it means the personification of joy. So from that point on, my life was dedicated to joy and find in the pursuit of joy, whatever that is.
So we're in the Himalayas.
Oh gosh, yeah, there's
Oh,
Nepal. Oh, wow. It's a place called Herakan, and the nearest town is Haldwani. See if you can find Haldwani.
how do you spell
Wow.
that?
Haldwaw.
Oh, there it is.
I saw it at Haldwani. And Muniraj lived in Haldwani. So he went to his house. It was an incredible privilege, really. And we did pranam and bow to it. Oh, wow, look. Oh, yes, you can see all the mountains in the background there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. He's and it's where the three tributaries meet to form the Ganges River. And the
Oh,
water there is incredibly clear. Is marvelous. Most people who think of the River Ganges, they think of it as muck and, silt and everything that's ugh. But at this point, Haldwani, rather Herakan, where, yeah, look at those. Yeah. Ah, there's the ashram. You've got a picture of the ashram now.
what is that? The ashram?
That's
Yeah.
well, it looks very like it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. That looks more like, yeah. Yeah. There's a picture there that I use a lot, which is called the Satikund. Oh, look, fantastic. You can see that's, yeah. See if you can find a picture of the Satikund, which is smack in the middle of the River Ganges. And every single year, the monsoons come down and they pass it. And this tree is
Yeah.
said to have been planted before time. And that if this tree were to ever go, it would be the end of civilization and the end of humanity as we know it.
Right.
Yeah. Satikund.
Now I think I'll get out of that.
Yeah. So it's quite something. And
How do you spell that? S what?
SATIKUND.
Yeah.
K
A K A S-A-T-I-K-U-N-D. Okay.
Maze. It might have an A at the end as well. Satikunda.
No, I might have got that right. S-A-T-I-K-A-N-D, yeah?
Let me see.
S-A-T-I-K-A-N-D.
S-A-T-I-K-U-N-D-A.
I-K-U-N.
Satikunda. There, I've put it in the chat. Let's see if you come up. I've got a picture somewhere.
All right, okay.
We use it as the emblem for the natural life system as well.
Do you? And it's a tree, yeah?
Yep, it's a tree.
No? Is this it?
Nope, that's not it. No.
Okay.
Oh, that's Babaji's temple, mind you.
That one
That's
there.
where he was laid to rest.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Here's a picture of it. I don't know if you can see it much.
Hang on a sec. Yeah, I think I'll write it down and I'll write it down and get it. Just
Okay.
put it up again.
There it is.
S-A-T-I-K-U-N-D-H-A-I.
It's a sacred tree in the valley of Herakandi, absorbing the conflagrations of the world.
Yeah.
This tree, according to mythology, was planted by Sati, Shiva's wife, at the beginning of time. It protects the world as a pure, self-sacrificing being.
Right. H-A.
Pretty cool, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you can put it down now.
Okay. There you are. Yeah, Satikund.
Yeah. Now for spiritual purification, healing, well, that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
It is very interesting.
No. Oh.
And there, what you see is the river Ganges with no water in it at all. It's just the riverbed on the picture I showed you. But then when the monsoon comes, it's yeah.
All right. I just can't get that tree. I wouldn't mind getting that tree coming up. Sate Kunda.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
I will. Okay, so you're talking. So you went there. How long did you spend over there then?
Well, I've done a number of trips there.
Yeah.
For again, healing, purification, just to live a different way and to get a greater appreciation of what we all have here in the Western world. It seems to me that the spirituality of India is coming over to the West, and the materialism of the West is going to India and other places. There's a bit of a transfer taking place.
Oh.
You can drive around in India and you could see them with irons that had coals inside, where they were heating the irons and ironing shirts and sheets and other things. Give that another 10 years, I doubt it will exist like that.
Right. Let's have a look. Let's go here. I've turned down the sound. But,
okay. Got some animals in the background there.
Yeah, so this is a river Ganges. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's down there at the temple.
Keep going.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's either fish up to the surface or it's raindrops. I'd say it's fish to come to the surface, isn't it? View of the
Looks
human.
more like fish, doesn't it?
Yeah. I'm looking
Yeah.
for there's the tree there.
There is. Oh my goodness, it's marvelous.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll hold it. Okay, so the story is that Sati is, was it, did you say it was the wife of
Satikund. Yeah, the wife of Shiva.
Shiva? Okay,
Sati.
very good.
Shiva being one of the great lords.
Yeah.
Shiva, Brahma, and Krishna. He's the Lord of Silence.
Okay. Right. Thank you very much for bearing with us on that one. That was really good, eh? So you spent some time there, and so you got that spiritual perspective as well.
Yeah.
So you spent some time there, then you've been going back and forth there. So the next question really would relate to the was it more of the spiritual pilgrimage for the healing of the mental and emotional body, or that come through
Completely.
it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
did you do?
I mean, primarily it was driven by that
Oh,
because there was, of course, being very analytical, what happened to me? Constantly this question, what happened? How did it happen? Why did it happen?
yeah, all right.
Um,
So, did you get your answers in that regard?
I think it's a never-ending quest, really,
Right.
now. But I've become more at peace with the way I am and who I am and ancestors, everything,
Right.
just to be at peace within myself. And certainly when I first started doing the natural life system, I had a very chaotic inner life. And I understand that. So I know that it's jolly jumper was going on inside, no doubt. Couldn't keep focus, couldn't keep on anything. But these days I'm more at peace with myself. I suspect there's more to go as well.
Sure. So bring me up to speed, Babaji. I've heard that name before. What was his role
Yeah.
in the spiritual world of
Well,
is it a yogi?
Babaji is referred to as the teacher's teacher. He is the angel of the Lord in the Bible. And me having been a trainer and was teaching trainers, there was a natural empathy and a natural synchronicity for me with Babaji, and it just fell into place.
Is this the guy here?
Yeah, that's the older one, yes, but yeah, Mavatar Babaji, yes.
Oh, okay.
There's one behind me here. You see this picture?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yep. He's a younger looking dude.
That's the more, and what's beautiful about that is, he passed on the 14th of February, 1984.
Oh, true.
And in 1984, Torval and Dean in England,
Yeah.
they were in Sarajevo and they scored perfect sixes. And to think of a pair dance ice skating couple that were scoring perfect sixes, and they came from England, and we have no history of ice skating. You would have expect someone from the Europeans, the Russians that are, skate. It's part of their natural culture. And there it was, Torval and Dean scoring perfect sixes on the day Babaji left his body and transcended into another dimension. And that to me indicates that anything is possible anytime, anywhere in the world. There is nothing that is impossible, because it seems like an incredible achievement. Well, it was enormous. The ice dance bolero is still talked about now. It was an incredible feat, an accomplishment on their part to break the rules and stay within the rules. It was perfect.
Yeah, interesting. All right. So So you've been going back and forth there, and that's really more the working on the inner Pauline.
Yes, the inner.
And the Babaji. Am I got it right? Babaji was the guy who actually christened you and blessed you.
No, it was Muniraj. Muniraj was the world leader of Babaji devotees.
All right.
Yeah.
And that's up there in Nepal, yeah?
Close to, yes.
Yeah.
Heldwani.
Heldwani, the place we've found before. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then and this is the temple, yeah? Babaji's.
Yeah, that's Babaji's temple. Yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. Brilliant name. All right. So now you got Michelangelo, who's now brought you onto the yin and yang of food and the nightshades and other carrying on. So now you processed a whole new journey where you've moved away from processed foods and you've moved into the living foods.
Yes.
And I take it you bless your food as part of that knowledge that you learnt from India as well?
Yes, but part of the blessing is to stay present, to have mind and body unified, and to do the service of cooking, if I'm cooking for myself or cooking for other people, to be very present, and that's karma yoga. So there's a constancy, whatever I'm doing, as long as I'm fully present, then that in itself is an offering to the gods.
Okay, very good. Right. So now we've come across from India, we've come across to Italy. I mean, you bounce between Italy and England with Michelangelo, or you just stay in England?
Generally speaking, I stay in England.
Right, and then you organise.
And he bounces backwards and forwards.
And so you organise all the events in the UK, yeah?
Well, sort of, yes. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I am the port of call that people come to, and I do recognise that I don't really organise anything. You know, the divine takes care of it all. Right. Although Michelangelo has said I'm being rather too poetic about it when I describe it like that. I am the person that people call, and I put their names down on an appointment schedule. And yes, so practically I do a fair bit, but genuinely I surrender, and I hand it over to the great big organizer in the sky.
Oh, very good.
Knows so much more than I will ever know.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Connects people in ways that I could never understand.
Well, I'd like to take my hat off to Andrena to connect with you guys and bring.
Yes.
And you guys on.
Yes, we met her in Glastonbury.
Yeah. Awesome.
With her sister.
Oh, Carol, lovely. Okay, so now we've moved along to the point you're now sitting in front of me and we're talking to the world, and you're stepping up to be
amazing.
to be the co-person. Well, one of three. So here we go. We've got Elise in the United States at Cape Canaveral. We've got yourself and Zoe down there in Mullumbimby. Mullumbimby is a bit like Glastonbury, well, that whole region there, Nimbin, Mullumbimby and Byron Bay. So so it's all about bringing the wealth of knowledge and the ability to bring out the dreams. So I'm looking forward to whoever and whatever comes across your path, and whether it's in the UK or Ireland or in Scandinavia or in Europe, even Canada. I think you mentioned, Michelangelo mentioned he lived in Canada. So.
Michelangelo he did an awful lot of his training in Canada, which was the first officially recognized government body that recognized natural healing. So did a fair bit there.
So if people want to connect with you, they can just simply sit on an email for you, Priti at radiofm88.com.au. So
fantastic.
If people wish to reach out, they can go to the website radiofm88.com.au and they can click co-host, and it's got a little bio there. Yeah. So yeah, looking forward to it. And
Yeah, I love the connection between the Northern Hemisphere and the Southern Hemisphere. I just think it's quite remarkable. I have family in Australia. I lived in Australia for a few years, and I still have incredibly beautiful memories of being there. And of course, in many ways, it was Australia that came to the rescue at the point in which I was introduced to Blackmore's celluloid mineral therapy.
okay,
And so I'm very, very fond of Australia
great.
and very fond memories. Yeah.
So when you go to Blackmore's, which is natural supplements, so would you say that one of the healing modalities is making sure that you got your chemical balance right?
Um, I don't know. I don't know enough about that, but what I do know, the theory behind the celluloid mineral therapy is that if you were to burn a body and get rid of all the organic material, you'd be left with 12 piles of inorganic material. If you like, the salt of the earth. You as a being would be the salt of the earth, and these would be the salts that would make you up. And of those 12 piles, there may be a little pile at the end, which is trace minerals. And of those 12, there's probably 9 that you need to get in balance. That the theory behind it is that any disease is a combination of deficiencies in 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 of these particular minerals: potassium phosphate, potassium chloride, potassium sulfate, and then 3 of the calciums, iron phosphate, magnesium phosphate. So a whole, maybe about 9 of them or thereabouts, and some extreme ones that you might use as well. Sodium chloride would be one of them. So you just do a mix and match on that, and you can tell through people's signs and symptoms, their nails, the eyes, the skin, a whole range of different symptoms that they'd be experiencing, as to which one is the appropriate ones to go for. And they came from, I think it was a German guy, Schussler's tissue salts. And again, there's companies that do those as well. And you get mix and matches of those specific to the individual.
Oh, sure.
And in
Okay.
my case, I was completely phosphate deficient. So I had calcium phosphate, iron phosphate, magnesium phosphate, and potassium phosphate was the original. Of course, I didn't know that at the time. I was too completely not here to understand that. But anything that really helped me, I wanted to know as much about it as I possibly could.
It sounds like you're
As
running.
years went by.
It sounds like you're running on adrenals.
Yes, yes, yep.
Yeah.
Well observed. I didn't know that at the time. I was just crashing.
Yeah. Okay. So all those phosphates that you talked about, is that supplements through Blackmore's, or is that now through?
That was Blackmore's, yeah,
Yeah. Right.
yeah.
Okay.
And then there came a point in time, just before I met Michelangelo, that I realized I was swapping one set of pills for another set of pills. And that was when Michelangelo entered
Mm.
the theatre of my life, and was doing it through foods and
Yeah.
just foods.
Very good. And of course, cooking as well gives you that. Well, what's another pastime or interest,
Uh,
hobby?
it's
Yeah.
it's a great joy. It's a huge joy in my life,
Yeah.
non-stop cooking, and um, always producing something that's never been on the planet ever before, and a non-stop and never-ending story of finding new ingredients and ways in which companies are now looking seriously at plant-based foods. And having come from a very traditional Catholic Irish background, which was meat and vegetables and potatoes, and
Oh, yeah.
it is a complete revolution.
I'm hearing you. Right. So somebody wants to get hold of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
What would sort of, what subject material would you be interested in, or more importantly, are you a blank canvas, completely big screen? You're a Banksy,
Pretty much.
you're a big Banksy waiting to be published, printed out. Yeah.
Well, I've just finished this morning. I've just finished a book of poetry that I've written. I've started writing over the years. The first poem I ever wrote was with my eldest son, 1 week after the youngest son was born. And little did I know then that the poet within me would have been born. And I find poetry a little, well, cathartic, really, in so much that when a chapter in my life is closed, a poem will come. So I never sit down and work out whether or not I need to write a poem. I can't do that. I just suddenly these words come in and there's a rhythm to them.
Gotcha.
And lo, out comes a poem after 2 or 3 days, and there it is, all finished and pristine. And I've put them all together. There's a poemhunter.com has got a few of my poems on there, and I've just finished writing this last version of Poetry and Beyond. So I put a collection of things that have helped me over the years come to greater self-acceptance. And I adored Women Who Run with the Wolves. It was a book by Clarissa Pinkola Estes, and she did little bits of fairy tales, and then huge amounts of analysis of it. And of course, my engineering and analytical side of me loved it. And I read that book cover to cover. So that had a great influence on me, along with many other things. And little bits and pieces, I've put it all together. It's almost like my life's manual. Of course, coming from quality assurance, everyone needs a manual for something or another.
Well, it used to be called a wife, but now it's called Google. ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT all the time. And I've got another guy up and he uses DeepSeek for, bloody amazing, isn't it? Okay, so basically it's been 46 minutes of pure joy listening to you. Of course, Priti is joy.
Oh, thank you.
And but more importantly, people listening there who wish to step up as a guest or come and listen, they know that your background.
Yes, that would be nice.
A left brain engineering, electrical. You've gone through the whole cathodic process of a breakdown, coming back from the other side, moving across to the east, going through the whole Indian philosophy, the spiritual journey within, bringing that back into balance, going in now into the natural life systems of learning about what foods can go and how to create recipes and bring that joy back into your life. And then you've talked about your poetry. So if anyone steps up, I mean, they realize there that you're not going to poo-poo them because you've just had this, process of life experience through the University of Life that they can come on board and you can just listen and really extract the story from them and bring it to the table. You'd be the chief cook there, bringing it to the table like
that. I'll be the head chef, just as you've done this morning. I didn't know what we were going to be talking about today, but you've beautifully navigated through a fair bit of my life and brought it very succinctly together.
Yes, but you've also had a gentleman, or you've had someone there on your left shoulder and you looked up to him.
Every now and again.
Yeah, I got it. I saw it.
Yeah.
Now, for those people who are watching, the screenshot there is a very favourite place of mine in the UK. And anyone familiar with Somerset, this is actually on the Somerset levels. And in the distance there, you go just over to the left of is Glastonbury itself. So in the old days, used to be Glastonbury Port, and the tidal differences in that part of the Bristol Channel coming up there is quite that 36 feet. It's quite deep. That's why the container ships and the ro-ro ships go to Bristol. They go to Parbury Docks and Avemouth, and they've got locks to keep the ship from actually sitting on the bottom of the harbour. So it used to be, the ships used to come in and they used to trade at Glastonbury port, and of course there is a story there with Joseph of Arimathea coming there and trading and putting the hawthorn tree into the Wherry Hill, and of course the tree came forth, and some dude there, or dudes, but he cut it down there and they put a new one up, but there was a cutting put into the Glastonbury Abbey. So so Somerset, it's all peat, and a lot of dairy farming is carried out there, grazing and stuff, and it's but they had some big floods there. There's 2 river systems there, and it was just horrendous, but hopefully it'll come back. It's quite a nice part of the world. It's always part of the world. It's called Avalon in the old days. So we expect to get a bit of a travel log every time we have you on board there. Well, what would you like to be called?
Great.
What would you like to be called?
Priti. Yeah, Priti is good.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think it's nice that we all go for looking for the joy in life, and if people call me Priti, hopefully we'll reflect each other's joys.
Yeah. So we'll expect some photographs of Brighton Beach, Hove, Eastbourne with the tennises and all that stuff. I'm sure we'll get some photos down there. Anyway, without further ado, I really appreciate you coming on, and give my regards to Michelangelo, your shadow there.
Yeah. There's no hiding a shadow when you've got such an open heart.
Yeah.
It's like they say, there isn't a shadow at 12 o'clock in the middle of the day, is there?
Oh, for sure. Okay, love your work, and we look forward to
thank you.
Continue on. So we'll go till I don't know, the 18th or something of December, whatever that week is, and then we'll have a few weeks off. I know that Andrena used to like coming straight back on because of the cold, and you have to get the gritters out, and so it's nice to have some communication with the world. You're in London, you probably don't get the snow and the sleet, and you don't get the gritters.
Oh, we were 3 degrees last night. 3 degrees, and it was piercingly cold, and you knew the snow was coming. It's that temperature where it's bitterly cold. It's much better to be -4 than it is to be +4, +3. Oh, it's wicked.
Oh, well, I won't tell you our temperature then.
Well, it's been a complete delight talking to you, and thank you very, very much.
All right.
And we'll see you next week with a bit of luck and a fair wind, and who knows what the universe is going to bring us.
That's how I step back and surrender now. That's how it works. Okay, love you.
Very good. Okay. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.